It is linear programming paper 1. So linear programming paper 1, it's very much examinable. It comes each and every year. I've never seen a question paper without linear programming paper 1. So we need to invest in that concept. So now, before we go on with today's lesson, I just want to comment on the test that we had on Wednesday. Okay, it was a wonderful test, although some didn't perform well. Some they were crying time, but remember that during final exam, you are going to have a limited time. So meaning that as you practice, make sure that you practice with time. It's very important because each and every exam paper, there's an aspect of time. So the highest so far with the test that we had was Alice. Alice was the highest. And Alice, congratulations. Is she here? Alice, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you.
All right, okay. So she was the highest. And if you don't mind, Alice, can I share your work with others? There's just something which I want to explain with regard to how they can present their work in terms of submission. Can I share your work?
It's okay, so you can. It's okay. You can share it.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run you through Alice's work so that we can see what she did in terms of the way she presented her work for submission. Because the way she did, it allowed me to mark her properly. Okay. So what I'm going to do is let me try and share her work. So this was the work from Alice. As you can see, after she was done with the calculation, what she did was she scanned. Okay, she scanned her work, and through scanning the work, I was able to mark her like with a red ink, also to give a mark and also to comment. So as you can see, this was the first page. This was the first page, okay, where I marked, then I gave her 2 marks, and then this one in red, this was my calculation. We're just trying to explain about the gradient aspect. And then, just a minute, someone want to join? Okay. And then from there, the next page, of course, there is also question 2, where she calculated. We have a gradient here, m is equal to -2, very important. She also found the value of c, which is -7, and gave the final answer for the equation of a straight line. Very important. Okay. And then thereafter, just a minute. Thereafter, let me scroll down. Okay, so this was a quadratic equation where she picked, of course, the value of a, b, c. Then she substituted. Unfortunately, here she didn't simplify. So because of that, I had noticed to say she thought this was a paper 1 question. That's the reason why I said you are allowed to use a calculator because this was a paper 2 question. Remember, quadratic equation where you're allowed to use the general formula, you need to know to say you're supposed to use a calculator. And even here, she reached an extent. Of course, she identified the value of a, b, c, which is very important. She substituted here, which is very important. And then here, okay, she left a calculation at this stage where I even committed to say use a calculator. Okay. And then I asked her, and then she actually committed to say, actually, if I knew about the calculator, I would have gotten everything. Okay, I'm sure it was on the lighter note. And then this was question 7, okay, where we're looking for the value of y, which is 9. Okay, this is the aspect of the matrices, of course. The inverse, she got everything there, even question 8. Okay, so, and then she got 17 over 27. Of course, the highest was 63%. So she had 63%. Okay, I'm sure some they complained about time, But if at all she was able to calculate and get that mark, I feel we can also do the same. We can also do the same. So in the next test, please, I'm looking for someone who can challenge Alice. Someone who can challenge Alice. Have you heard Alice?
I've heard.
Yeah. So I'm actually looking for your opponent who will challenge you. Okay, remember?
I'll stand up too as well to defend myself.
All right. We shall see. I'm sure there are some who are just saying, next time I'll be the highest.
Billy, please close your ears.
All right. So I like the way she submitted her work, because you can agree with me to say some who have submitted through a capture, I'll just through by capturing a picture, I was just commenting by the WhatsApp. Okay. But if you do it like this, I'll be able to mark, and then I'll be able to allocate the appropriate marks to your calculation.
Mr. Matsilea, Mr. Matsilea, Mr. Matsilea, oh, Mr. Matsilea, Mr. Matsilea, Mr. Matsilea, Mr. Matsilea, oh, Mr. Matsilea.